At my brother's wedding, his bride told me I wasn't welcome, so I took back the honeymoon tickets and left. The look on everyone's face when I walked out with that envelope was priceless, but what they didn't know was that those tickets were just the beginning of what I was about to take back. Sarah, my brother David's new wife, stood there in her $5,000 dress with this smug smile as she delivered the news. "We've decided this is a family-only celebration now," she announced loud enough for half the reception to hear, her voice dripping with fake sweetness. "And since you're not really family," the crystal champagne flute slipped from my hand, shattering against the marble floor of the Beverly Hills Country Club, the sound cutting through the classical music like a knife. The entire reception fell silent. 200 guests turned to stare as Sarah's parents nodded approvingly behind her, and my own parents, just stood there looking uncomfortable but saying nothing. David, my brother who I'd helped through college, who I'd bailed out of trouble more times than I could count, wouldn't even meet my eyes. Sarah savored every second of my humiliation, her perfectly manicured fingers adjusting her pearl necklace as she waited for me to break down and beg. Instead, I reached into my purse, pulled out a thick manila envelope, and Sarah's voice cut through my thoughts. "Are you going to leave quietly, or do we need to call security?" The malicious glee in her voice was unmistakable. She was enjoying this moment, probably had been planning it for weeks. A few guests began to murmur, some looking embarrassed, others clearly entertained by the drama unfolding. "Oh, I'll leave," I said calmly, my voice carrying clearly across the silent reception hall. "But first, I need to make a few phone calls." I pulled out my phone with one hand while still holding the envelope with the other. You see, there seems to be some confusion about who's really family here. The first call I made was to the country club's manager, a woman I'd worked with dozens of times over the years. "Hi, Jennifer, it's Megan Martinez. I need to speak with you about the reservation for the Martinez-Williams wedding reception." "Yes, that's right. The one happening right now." Sarah's face began to change as she heard me speaking. "I'm afraid I need to cancel the remainder of the evening services. The contract is in my name, and I'm exercising my right to terminate. Yes, I understand there will be fees, but I'm prepared to pay them." The color drained from Sarah's face as the reality of what I was doing began to sink in.